All right, welcome to the program. Y'all, for realsies, let's go. I do feel like half of our show is just getting ready for the show. Last week we had Grace O'Malley on the podcast. That was a delight. That was a nice,
And you were in New York.
I was in New York.
It was not your new set.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not in Charlie Sheen's therapist office in Tarzana. No, I'm not. We are into very regal chairs. I asked to not have those, but they were there.
Yeah, I saw the text. You said, nope, just regular chairs, please. And then when I saw the footage, I was like, they didn't listen.
No one. I mean, you see, I only communicate clearly to people who don't listen. You listen, which is why I can't, it makes me shut down. I'm like, you should know me by now. Pat, when you ask me a question, the anger that comes up, that's like, you know the answer to this. Like, you know me better than I do at this point.
Yeah.
How dare you? Every question you ask me is rhetorical. Okay, let's get to the show. I am so excited for the next hour of being so deeply correct. I just want you to know that we've done how many episodes? 305, 10. That there's always a little glimmer of like, is that a crazy take? You're going to change your mind about that later. It's fine, you're an entertainer. Just like say it as long as it's true. I just want you to know that this is a TED Talk, frankly. This episode should just be in the Museum of Knowledge, Permanent Knowledge. That's how correct I am. So 70% of young people would like to be influencers when they grow up. Firstly, that's not enough. It's a low number and we need to get it up. Now, to all of you who are coming at me like 70% of young people want to be influencers, it takes every ounce of self-control in my body to be like, what do you want them to be? What could a teenager you've never met, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Where do you want their bodies to be? All you people who are so annoyed at teenagers and what they want to do for a living, why do you care? Why are you talking about what teenagers want to do for a living? Why? You're bummed that they're not going to go into your line of work? Why? You want them to come work at your office? Work in the mailroom? You're bummed they're not going to be at the reception desk in your office after they graduate? Bummed you can't get that 21-year-old to scoop the ice cream in your ice cream shop? Why do you care? Because it is, when you think influence, you think girls, right? And these men being like, whoa, you mean they're going to make money from home and not come answer phones in my auto body shop where we turn the AC off on purpose so that everyone has to take off their top layer? What do you want teenagers to do? What is a job that would be good? I'm not even kidding. What is a job that would make you happy for all of these 70% of young people? Name one. Yeah, let's go. Doctor? You want them to pay $400,000 that nobody has to have a job that'll be replaced by pixels in like 20 minutes? Cool. Hey, stop trying to influence. How about you be in debt forever to tell people they have a disease that you gave them with the medicine you prescribed? What do you want them to do? You want them to be a lawyer? You want a kid to be like a professional psychopath? Name a job. Name a job that has integrity. Teacher? Be a teacher. Okay, what? That's like saying like, hey, go to war for no money. Here, put on this bulletproof vest, go learn how to defend yourself, and you'll make $10,000 a year to, at the very least, get pink eye. Godspeed. Like, is that your suggestion? What do you want them to do? What else is a 21-year-old in a capitalist society is supposed to do besides talk about the things they like and talk about how many mental illnesses they have? You want them to sit in a building shaped like a prison, made by the same people who designs prison. Google it, please. And then they are gonna memorize a bunch of stuff that may or may not be true, and then become a teacher who passes on the same weird gossip. Listen to me. These youngins need to do whatever they have to do to keep their head above water. Not that we will have any water in 20 years, but whatever you have to do to keep your head above the sand in bodies is what we're actually gonna be out of sand as well. China is using all the sand to make glass. So anyway, do whatever you have to do to keep your head above the bodies and fire. Those will not run out. That will be a plenty. Kids are taught things in school these days, mostly that they have ADD. That's the only thing they learn. Every teacher tells them that they have ADD because they're refusing to be held captive, learning any language but Mandarin at this point. Or, oh, no, you know what? Sorry, you're right. Sorry, you're right. They learned about going to the moon. It's worth it. They learned that Christopher Columbus discovered America. You're right. Like, what are we doing? Oh, also, side note, where are we at with McGraw-Hill, the textbook makers who made our textbooks? Remember? Being owned by Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. Let me know if I'm wrong. Hope I am. Also, if kids do have a skill, say they go back to trade school, they can weld, they can plumb, they can chop trees and make bird houses out of bird houses, great. They can woodwork, they can be useful. Don't we want them projecting it to the world? Film it. Film it. It's actually your patriotic responsibility to film and broadcast it around the world. I know that I would actually, it would pretty much solve most of my problems if I were to see kids with skills doing things besides telling celebrities on Twitter that they're busted or having ritual sacrifices of their mom's beanie babies by their new Temu Labubus. If you're in your 20s and you have a real business or skill, stream it. It is truly your responsibility at this point, okay? You do a vegan taxidermy business, hustle, great. You make emotional support puppets, I don't care. You shoot videos where you jump in one outfit and then you land and you're in a different outfit.
Those are fun.
That's hard to do.
Yeah. You gotta put a mark on the floor.
It's actually very hard to do. Honestly, before you make fun of your teenage daughter who is doing that, you try to do it and then check yourself before you wreck yourself and your Achilles trying to do that, all right? If you are a young one who puts makeup on in your bathroom, also way harder than it looks. I was always like, this is so dumb. And then I try to do it because I'm like, look at me, I'm young. I'm going to do like my makeup routine. Try to put makeup on for a phone camera without looking like a sad Hooters girl with a lazy eye. I dare you, okay? I am never able to look into the camera. Every time I do it, it just looks like a ad for a Bell's palsy suppository. It's actually a skill. So look, if you're a youngin' with a skill, I think you should be truly legally required to film it, post it. So that the boomers stop saying that you're useless. That's it. Because I can't. Just the boomers just going on and on about these young people are useless, saying it from their new condo in Miami they can only afford because they sold the house they lived in for 30 years. They're like, well, boomers made money not being able to afford to move. Then they tell people who are in 20s, you have no skills. Okay, sorry, we didn't all work at Philip Morris for 40 years. So we need influencers. We need them to show China that we're not a game, okay? We need to stop making it this corny thing so that serious people will do it, okay? We're in a digital war. It's all about projection. Cold War, Russia, cardboard tanks, smart, okay? This is our cardboard tanks, okay? Russia, we beat them in hockey, great. Now we need to show them we have some people in their 20s who can actually read. We need to show them that some of our young people don't have dilated pupils. Even if you need a filter to undilate them, do it, okay? TikTok is basically our storefront of our country, all right? It was just bought by Oracle, Larry Ellison. People are talking about Larry Ellison did just buy TikTok. And, people are like, Israel, but this guy's fascinating to me. As you know, he was a very early investor in Theranos. So this is the guy to get behind. In 2012, he donated. I'm fascinated by this guy. He donated to both Republican and Democratic politicians. What a power to have so much money, you're just going to cancel it out. He donated to a super PAC supporting Marco Rubio in 2016. This guy's a riddle wrapped in a rhyme, isn't he? Yeah. He also in 2021 offered Netanyahu a post working at his company, Oracle. So, well, look, we had a good run.
It was the mailroom, to be fair.
Did you know that Larry Ellison's daughter started A24, Megan Ellison? Yeah. So his daughter makes A24. We're back. Every now and then the spawn wants so badly to not be lumped in with their own ancestry that they make something so amazing they have to, so that their Google search results aren't like, Nepo baby off 23andMe money. Like they have to go to push the results down. So, side note, when I was in my Larry Ellison wormhole today, I found out he contracted pneumonia at the age of 9 months old, and his mother gave him to his aunt and uncle for adoption. First of all, that's not adoption. That's called a family secret. There's no papers. There's no company. That was not adoption, okay? I don't know what PR person was like, no, he was put up for adoption. That's not what that is. That's basically a fourth-term abortion. I now know why I'm fascinated by this guy, because I've always kind of been fascinated by it. I don't know why, and who cares, right? This is also what happened to yours truly. Do not underestimate kids who were given away to their aunts. because their parents had truly 9 months to prepare for the child, but they were still blindsided that they were gonna have to provide like food and water. I am a child raised by my aunt, and let me just be very clear. It's really all you need to know about me. We're feral. Being raised by an aunt who didn't have kids, we had to make up such insane lies to the kids at school for why we didn't live with our parents that there is truly no corner of our imagination we cannot access. There is no lie that we can't sell. If you don't think an entire private school in Virginia wasn't convinced that my dad was invisible because he like had a invisible like
ghost dad, like Cosby,
like ghost dad. Like also in China they did make the invisibility blanket thing. Is that real?
I hope so.
Okay, can you look up China invisibility blanket?
It's probably just somebody draping a green screen over.
Yeah. My ex is getting married soon. I want to attend, so get me one of those. Adopted kids, not that being, dropped off at your aunt's house is being adoption, but in general, adopted kids, they have a lot to prove, okay? Before you go up against someone, first make sure they're not adopted. You know who's adopted? Steve Jobs is adopted. Simone Biles, adopted. Lance Armstrong. This guy was carrying bags of blood in his jockstrap up a mountain.
And then he would ride his bike in races too.
This guy, and then had a testicle removed and then went, you know what? I haven't won the biggest contest in the world in a couple of years. I just gotta knock that out this weekend. One ball, it's gonna be even more comfortable to bike. Bike seat fits even better.
I had too much testosterone.
Exactly. Who else is adopted? Jeff Bezos adopted. Colin Kaepernick. Ray Liotta, need I say more? JC Chazet, Andy Dick adopted. Andy Dick will go down in history books as the man. You think that that Rose McGowan, who started the Me Too movement, is going to be in books?
He caused it.
He ended it. He ended it. He ended it because the movement was getting a little ratty. It was getting a little ratchet, right? And a bunch of women came out against Andy Dick and was like, yeah, on a movie set, he like grabbed my face and like licked my face, and they called him out, and he was like, yeah, I'm crazy. I did that. I was on drugs. Yes, that was me for sure. And everyone was like, what? And then it was just, that was it. It's the end of Labyrinth when she says, you have no power over me. And it's like, oh, everything dissolves. It's like, that was it. Thank you, Quince, for sponsoring this episode. Cooler days call for layers that last. And Quince is my go-to for elevated basics that don't blow your budget. Their $50 Mongolian cashmere is unreal. Like, you can't stop touching it soft. It's not even your coworker's fault he won't stop hugging you. HR is going to be like, but look at this cashmere sweater. Jim, you've actually had a lot of restraint, and I would like to promote you. They have wool coats, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. I'm obsessed with Quince. The prices are shocking. I always think it's a mistake. I always think I'm in like the sale area. I get luggage, I get jewelry. I got a big cardigan sweater that is the cutest thing. I got 2 silk, because I'm always just like late on everything. I now wanna do the silk skirts with like Converse sneakers, and like now that Ellen's been out of the country for a while, I feel like we forgot like she represents Converse sneakers with like a big like sweatshirt. So Quince is my favorite. They also have baby clothes, by the way. It's the only place I buy baby clothes. And you've seen my child. He's honestly an icon. Quince doesn't just do, so here we go. Now they're saying all the things I just said. Premium denim, washable satin. See, that's what I got for half the price. These are the kinds of pieces that become your fall uniform. Also, it's great gifts. Head to quince.com/Whitney for shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. And you guys, I don't mean to be mean, Canada. I was just there. You need Quince. You do. You do. You do. QUINCE.com/Whitney. Again, Quince, QUINCE.com/Whitney. Thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring this episode. Let's talk about something important, the thing you take Blue Chew for. If you've been thinking about trying something to improve your performance in the bedroom, Blue Chew is the service to check out. Blue Chew delivers chewable tablets that help you get stronger, harder, more long-lasting you-know-whats. You don't go to the doctor's office. What's a bigger boner killer than a doctor's office? Hello, nurse. No thanks. Medical care? Also, medical care, LOL. No awkward pharmacy encounter, just a quick online consult. If approved by a licensed provider, your tablets ship straight to your door. It's discreet and made in the USA. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month free when you use promo code Whitney at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. BlueChew.com, promo code Whitney. Be sure to check out the site for full details and important safety information. Again, thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring the show. There's a difference between being adopted and being given away, because it means that your parents' sister, who probably never had kids, is now watching you. And you know where your child is. You know. And you're like, nah. It's not like, I put this kid up for adoption. I can't find them till they're 18. I'm just going to like hope they reach out. No, you know where she is. And you're like, nah, I'm good. She's sending pictures like, nah, it didn't take. This is a superhero origin story I don't wish on my worst enemy. People who were raised by their aunts will never stop. I will get every last horse figurine on eBay if it kills me, because you know what won't? Drive me down a gravel road saying see you soon and never come back, a horse figurine. Now, back to influencers, just little right turn. Not all influencers are just like idiots, putting on eyelashes, like singing K-pop, like with their like butt out. It's not, there's a lot of very legitimate therapists, I will tell you, on TikTok, and very illegitimate therapists in Los Angeles, in offices. Personal trainers, why were we ever paying personal trainers $200? Why was I paying some weirdo who's like trying to spot me while I'm doing Kegels? Like, why is that? I don't think that's the one. Now they film you also. When you get a trainer, they're like, they're filming you. You're on like his IG live. Like, trainers want to film your workouts now. I'm like, I didn't sign up to be in your weird reality show where you shoot me from the same angle as my birth video. Why am I paying you? Like, I'm going to say it. I find TikTok helpful. I said it. I've learned a lot. I follow a girl who tells you why certain things are in fashion and how corsets were invented. It was, yes, of course, corsets, the main point was to make sure women were in as much pain as possible and make them look as thin as possible, and probably to make sure they didn't become moms, if you know what I mean. But also it was to save them from random stabbings, because men would just walk around with swords back then. There have been times in history that are worse than this one. And TikTok reminds me of that. What bigger service can an app deliver you at this point? All right. You know, makeup. I was watching this thing on TikTok. Makeup was used to hide skin sores and scars. That's why it was invented, like leprosy and lead poisoning. Yet makeup was also made of lead. You see, every generation had to deal with a level of cognitive dissonance that are making the aliens rethink coming to study us at all. That's truly, they're like hovering and they're like, what? They drink fluoride? Like, huh? The thing that goes on their teeth? The point is, they wore makeup to conceal their litany of illnesses, whereas now we just use it to conceal and exacerbate our mental illnesses. I'm learning a lot. I've learned more about narcissists from TikTok. Here's why it's so genius. It's the best way to learn, because you'll see the therapist talk about a mental condition, and then you'll scroll and you'll see it. The idea that we're going to therapy in person, what are we doing? I want you to show me someone who has the same thing as me, and then they can talk about it, overshare about it on social media, then solve their own problems so that they're the ones whose insurance company jacks up their prices, and I don't have to go through my insurance company and have my data sent to the Chinese government to use in a future trial custody case. Like, you do it. You do it, I'll get the benefits. What's wrong with that, okay? We should be so happy about the fact that other people are oversharing on social media for our benefit so that we don't have to do it ourselves. If you are mad at influencers, you're doing social media wrong. I just realized. Have you not seen the 3 black dudes roller skating? It solved most of my problems. There are so many things on TikTok, truly, that are more helpful than any therapist in terms of like crippling depression. Do you know about condors? I follow a condor and a vulture, and it is a real will they, won't they. I will tell you what, there's a guy who hangs out with hyenas. He's in the herd, okay? This man is, first of all, when you see a man gallivanting, horsing around with hyenas, yet we humans, we can't figure out how to be on a plane together for 2 hours. Like, it really puts things in perspective. This guy will absolutely be ripped to shreds as soon as the hyena feces he rubbed all over himself wears off, and his CK1 spills. The point is, they lick him in the face. Y'all are on TikTok. I'm over here on Lick Talk. Okay, I'm a mom now. The puns are never gonna stop. I watch football games on TikTok in tiny snippets as it's designed to be consumed. That way I can replay and replay and replay because the football just could go. It's just like, guys, what? You're already on to the next play. I'm like, I need a second. Well, I also can't watch a game in real time because I can't find one to save my life. Fubo, you know what? Your name's not gonna throw me off. You're sick. This company, how much money? I have a question. How much money do you need to just make it work? I'll pay it. Try me. Football is truly like the only thing I kind of have left to watch. So I go to Fubo and it's like Fubo Plus. I'm like, was I on minus this whole time? What is this? What, you know what? Yes, whatever turns on the game. The one that you know what I'm doing. You know it's noon on Saturday. You know I'm trying to find this. Can you okay? So you're telling me that when I'm on Instagram and I am with a friend and go, oh, I think it looks like it might rain, and then within 30 seconds, Instagram markets me umbrellas. But Fubo, you truly expect me to believe that you don't know that I'm standing at my screen having a full panic attack trying to get the game on? Surely you can hear my child's cries in the background as I ignore him to try and remember if my password had an exclamation mark in it or not. Just say, you know what? If you guys aren't ready, just say it. If you're in over your head, Fubu, just be like, you know what? We're scrambled. The computers are down. You know how it is. We don't know. Your guess is as good as ours. We don't know. Just don't pretend like you have it together. Just be like, guys, turns out we're a scam. We just work here. We took some money. We thought we were a real business. Turns out we're not. We've all been there. Go to ESPN. Just say that. Just go to ESPN. But then you go to ESPN, it's like ESPN Sports 2. What? Huh? HBO Go. Got it. HBO Max. Huh? HBO Go, HBO no go. Where do I go? You guys, you've burned me too many times, okay? This is why people are influencing and they want to hear a stranger on TikTok tell them how the game went. They're like, I got Fubo. We're all like, tell us everything. You got in? You got past the wall? And I'm like, you just give me the highlights of the game. And you are a celebrity to me. If you are a bigger celebrity to me than truly anyone, if you figured out how to watch the game, okay? I just started going to game in person. It was frankly cheaper and faster. Watching the Eagles is truly one of the only joys I have left. And I'm not even talking about the football team. That's a toxic relationship that is also weirdly life-affirming because I was like, daddy, daddy. I'm talking about Eagles. Do you know about the live eagle camera? They're just protecting their nest. They're gone most of the time. But I am on the edge of my seat. Influencers, I don't know. I cleaned up my algorithm a little bit, and I just don't think they're all bad. What's wrong with people want easy money. Why would you blame people for wanting easy money? The idea of hard work is over. That broke once we started getting our gym equipment delivered. That broke. We won't walk to get stuff to exercise with. We have someone else bring us our exercise equipment, because we are not going to exercise to get our exercise. We get books about hard work and grit delivered to our homes. Just, you know what? Just look at the Amazon driver that's delivering you the book. That's hard work. That's great. It's truly right there. No need for the book. Just watch the guy pissing in a Fanta bottle to make sure that you get your book on how to work hard.
All of the parking spaces at the gym should be on the far side of the parking lot.
So true. No, how about this? Run to the gym. You don't even need a membership. Run to the gym, run home. Handled. The only time we do hard things now is when we are tricked by something that promises to be easy, like how Postmates now takes longer because you have to track the person and you have to give them like 12 codes, and then you get some like half-eaten poke bowl, and then you have to like go to urgent care and like get that the parasite out. People love DoorDash and Postmates. I'm convinced because it's like a video game. When you're on a break from playing your video game, now you get to play a video game. Like, is the driver going to find my item? Am I going to see? Am I going to see in time if the store's out of the Logan Paul energy drink, or can I choose a replacement in time, or else he might just make the call himself and bring me the Charli D'Amelio Kim Kardashian energy drink collab because he's correct on who I am And that will hold up a mirror. I'm not ready for that. And they'll be like, what? I wanted a refund. I can't afford to pay $3 for an energy drink I don't want. I just spent $18 having someone else's father bring it to me. It's okay. It's okay to want to be an influencer. I would like to take the shame off it. It's called riding the horse in the direction it's going. If you can make stuff, chairs, tables, art, you will be replaced by robots. But you know it will not be replaced. Needing to watch a human make the products a robot can make. Slower and weird. That is not replaceable by robots.
Once the robots know how to do everything, they're going to stop explaining how they're doing it.
Oh. Robots will like be building a thing and I'll go, that was too fast. I would like it to be built slow and explained to me. When a robot makes, you know, a giant table in 2 seconds, I'm gonna go, I would like to see the human make it. So that when the robot throws it at me at 250 miles an hour, I'll know how much time I have before my skull gets crushed into the wall. Also, the word influencer, it's like the word. It's like the word is so patronizing. That job has always existed, okay? Influencer, it used to be called the town gossip. It used to be called hobo. The person standing on a box yelling Bible verses at you. The plum guy at the farmer's market, right? Everyone goes and sees the nut butter guy who tells you which nut butter is best for your family. By the way, influencers we used to call them the town drunk or the town kook, who would approach you in the park in like 3 jackets and be like, watch out for that porcupine. And you're like, okay. And all right, Angie. And you think she's nuts. And then 10 years later, you realize she was talking about your mom. And that was a metaphor for family enmeshment. And you're like, God, why didn't I listen to Angie? The people who stand outside bars, $3 drinks, come inside. That's an influencer. Why do you hate those people? It's a blue collar job ultimately, right? So on Hollywood Boulevard, the people who dress up as superheroes, those were the OG influencers. Before AnimeCon and Snapchat filters, were homeless people in crusty Shrek costumes taking photos with Asians who thought he was an American Green Arrow. He just assumed that all of our superheroes are also fat. Before the term influencer, there was some rickety stripper dressed up as Wonder Woman on Hollywood Boulevard because everyone wondered if she really were a woman. It's hard to tell with the LA smog. We've always been influencers. If you are seen by anyone at your job, that's what you're doing. If 10 people see you at the kiosk at the mall, you're famous in that town. You're the ear piercer guy at Tanglewood Mall. Everyone knows about you because they'll tell their daughters to stay away from the ear piercing kiosk, okay? Because the guy, not the piercings. Get as many as you want, just not from Leo.
Not the guy who got fired from Spencer Gifts.
Not Spencer's Gifts. It's not all women that are influencing, by the way. People just think it's all like TikTok girls being like, look at me dancing. TikTok has a lot of people with amazing skill who can finally make more money. It's QVC, right? 30 years ago, if you had a skill or a product, would you be like, don't put your self-tanner on QVC? No, just keep selling it out of the back of your car? If you had the opportunity to do that, yeah, that self-tanner might have been the one Rachel Dolezal used, but still, a sale's a sale. It's Etsy live. It's not just girls bouncing around. And if that's your algorithm, you're a creep. It's a lot of business women making money in ways that don't involve a creepy male boss. It's basically Shark Tank. It's Shark Tank without having to watch the host be disrespectful because they don't know what anyone needs. So yeah, but who would use that? I mean, what? You need help changing your kid's diaper, so you're going to invent this? Yeah, not everyone has 7 nannies, homeboy. Yes, some people see their kids. They don't know. They're like charcoal toothpaste. Who would need that? You know who needs that? Justin Trudeau needs it to put it on his face. Halloween is coming up. It's fine. It's fine. It's basically working from home. Honestly, actually, influencers may be the only people who still actually go to work. They go on their runs to film their run. They go to the club.
Always at work.
Always out. But at least they're not, I mean, they're the only people that are going out and keeping this economy afloat. They're renting boats. If you want to cancel influencers, do you know how many seamen will be out of a job? If you're coming for influencers, you're coming for seamen. Do you want kids to go back to working at the mall? Is that what you want? I just want to work at the mall when I grow up. You want them to be president, like a psychopath? I want to be the president. I want to be an astronaut. To where? To where? You want to be an astronaut? You mean he'll have his phone bugged for the rest of his life? What? What do you want your cat? We worked at the mall. Is that what you want? You want your daughter in booty shorts selling Skechers to sketchy men at Journeys. What do you want? If I have a teenage daughter at this point, I'm like, I know you're going to twerk. I'd rather it be in your room than at the club. How does Ramon still work there? I mean, that guy was creepy when I was 16. What? You made bracelets? You want to sell them? Great. I'd rather it be on social media than at a stall in the outdoor flea market in San Diego where you'll be between Burning Man guy and Coachella guy, both of whom sell beaded condoms and dream catchers made out of their ex-girlfriend's hair. You know what? Fire up the app. Also, influencers, I think it's also this. When you hear influencers, you think female. It's basically saying, look, when I grow up, I want to be a woman. And people are like, gross.
There's a lot of incels masquerading as hot chicks on TikTok these days.
On your TikTok, Pat. On your TikTok.
It's a flooding the market business model. AI technology is crazy. It's very low lift.
Oh, so they merge with a computer.
They have the camera in their room, and it's just straight up replacing them with a photorealistic hottie.
I thought you meant real guys in wigs. You're saying
not
a
like
cartoon puppet.
Up.
It's a puppet.
It's a digital puppet. But there's going to be more of those.
By the way, I'm that. I mean, with the amount of lighting and makeup I have on, that's what you're looking at, truly right now.
You haven't been here in months.
I mean, no. Oh, no. Whitney Foley's like still stuck in Virginia. We got an Airbnb in between, Richmond and Norfolk. And it was a Christian cult that was on the river. And it had like, where you baptize people like in a river, and it was very, like I have bad Airbnb luck in a way that is truly like, I've never seen anything like it.
You didn't stay. I thought something like that would.
We went for like an hour. Oh, no, trust me, I was in heaven.
Yeah.
But my cousin Grace started crying. She was just like, I can't do this. Like she was like, it smells in it. Like she was really, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? The one good thing that came from COVID was we can't smell anymore, so we can stay in old haunted houses. Thank you to GoPure for sponsoring this episode. We do all the work on our faces, but what about our necks? That's where GoPure's Tighten and Lift Neck Cream comes in. And yes. Look at me.
They're going for the throat.
They're going. Okay, so here's the thing about necks, dude. Skin on your neck is thinner, and it's more delicate than your face skin. So it's like, as the air gets colder and drier in the fall, it needs extra care, okay? GoPure's targeted formula helps firm, smooth, and rejuvenate. It becomes the MVP of your skincare routine in 4 to 8 weeks. And you get to put it on like this. It's so like glamorous.
It'll soften up all those calluses.
Do you know what I mean? It'll say that. From Pat after we've been emailing or texting for 7 days straight about a demo reel that's never going to air. You know what? I actually have to put the neck cream on all the time, so if Pat tries to choke me, he'll just slide right off.
Yeah. I'm looking into some wide receiver gloves.
It's the only way to protect myself from being strangled by Pat. It's cruelty-free, paraben and not Pat, but the cream. Paraben and sulfate-free, backed by real ingredients and real results in over 100,000 women. And once you try it, you're going to see why. For a limited time, you get 25% off at GoPure.com, promo code Whitney. That's again, GoPure.com, code Whitney. And when you go on these filters on Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok, they don't get your neck, they just get your face. So trust me, you need it. Tell them where you heard about it. Tell them it was from this guy. Old neck face. I'm kind of obsessed with internalized like isms right now. If you hate influencers, it means you hate women. It is like internalized. Women, social media, this is our thing. We need to be listened to. We want to talk. We need to take the win. If you're a guy, you don't have to listen to us talk about our day. We can just go talk to the internet where we will be heard and understood by the bots that get us. Like, I feel like influencing for us is like, what's the guy's version? Like being a DJ? Like, listen to my music. Listen to these songs that I...
It's, being in an indie band is probably similar.
But it's like, listen to the mix I made. And you're like, why are you forcing me to listen to you? I feel like that's who would ever pay to listen to a guy play his favorite songs? You know what I'm saying? Most of the men I know still have a football in the back of their car. Like, just one day it ain't over.
Yeah.
Enough players are going to get injured that they're going to need me. I got my cleats, I got my jersey, right? It's because it's girls. You're disgusted by the idea of women having influence over people, which I get that. If you're a parent, if you have a daughter and you're like, I don't want them to be influenced by, have them be influenced by other girls in their 20s. That is better. Because if they're not, do you want her to be influenced by some dude in his 40s that she's dating because you won't let her build her bedazzled shell business on her shell company? I don't know. Those are pretty much the options. I was influenced. Do you want to know who I was influenced by? It's not great. It's not great. This is what you want. You want your daughter looking up to girls who are proactively making money with shirts on. That's as good as it gets. We gotta know when this is as good as it gets. Okay. What? You want your daughter working at a froyo place like I did? I would rather my kid be live streaming his monster truck collection, being like, I make custom hubcaps out of recycled G.I. Joes or whatever, than working at some money laundering scheme where he just spends all day at Starbucks watching someone put their card on the thing and it not tap. Why doesn't that work? Why are we all bad magicians all of a sudden with our credit cards now? It's never worked. See, this is why I'm really not worried about robots taking over. We can't even figure out how to get the tap on the card to work. Here's the other thing. When we say influencer, we think like someone who's just like, hey guys, here's this hotel. That's not going to be the majority of influencers, and it certainly isn't now. Like 3% of people have the charisma for that, or the traumatic childhood that's bad enough to be able to pull off faking that they care that much. Most people have no charisma and will not succeed at that at all. So we don't have to worry about that. You know what annoys me the most about this is something that I was made in a lab to be annoyed about, and I'm not. Oh. Something weird happens when you go from being the most negative to the most positive person. It's a lonely place. No one has responded to me being like, what's the problem? Like, what do you know why does no one understand how they sound when they're like, oh, why do people want to be influencers? I mean, like, ugh, look at these people trying to live their dream. Oh, look at these people who are liked. And like, why don't they just want to slave away at a corporate job who won't even give them an ergonomic chair? Monsters. Why don't they want to make $9 an hour? What a bunch of shallow pigs. Why can't people have easy dreams? Now, look, the meteor seems to be coming, or at least the news is one. The psyop that's covering up what's actually happening, which is probably way worse than meteor. It's because it's girls. Male podcasters, no one cares when it's a guy. The number of male podcasters making millions of dollars off stuff women have just inherently known for 2,000 years. Deep breaths. You mean the thing women have been doing in the woods while giving birth alone for 2,000 years? Like, what are you talking about?
Don't eat pizza every night. What?
This is also my favorite. The fasting. That's anorexia. That's our thing. That's our thing. Just $80 million Spotify deal, sleep at night. Cool. If a woman said it, it'd be like, nag, bummer.
Micro eating.
Buzzkill. It really is saying, I mean, who would trust a woman's opinion? That's really what you're saying when you're saying they want to be influencers. Like, gah. Like, you don't have to date them. You can just follow them. You can skip. You know what? This is it. I don't know if people know this consciously, but this is what you don't understand. Women, we figured it. We've always done this. We've always done this. You're just mad because finally gossip and selling stuff nobody needs is going to be the only job left. And we figured out how to do it. Nobody needs big, strong men anymore. We have 3D printers. See, women, we have experience in doing things that's never needed to be done because you guys just had to keep us busy. Okay, you left us alone and we figured out all these businesses that are now the only thing left, okay? The only business left is doing something that doesn't need to be done. A guilty pleasure. Making a guilty pleasure to give people to cope with that's where the money is. Being unnecessary is the only thing left. Nothing I have ever done is necessary. I don't think I've ever done a necessary thing truly in my life except maybe having my wisdom teeth taken out. But that's truly what influencing is. It's just being, you don't need to see this, you don't need to watch this. And here it is, okay? Doing things nobody needs to do and buying things nobody needs to buy to manage the terror of this like meaninglessness of our existence. Get in on the ground floor. Stop complaining about influencers. When especially really successful men complain about influencing, you guys make the toxic stuff that the influencers are selling. You guys have free sales girls for your weird products that you make for women when you know nothing about our bodies. Who else is going to sell your scented tampons? Because your uterus stinks. A bunch of men in a room being like, we got to put some perfume on that thing.
Who's got the balls to talk to the ladies about this one? Nobody?
Like-
All right, print it.
What, dude? Like, who else? Who's gonna sell our deodorant that smells like a fruit that doesn't even exist? Influencers save rich people so much money because they sell their stuff without being paid by a company. Most influencers don't really get paid. It's all fake. Because most of influencing economy is about getting followers with the promise of getting something down the line. A brand deal, a podcast, which may probably not happen. People would probably rather get paid in attention than money at this point. Because when you get paid in attention, at least you have some proof that you are real. Because the bots have told you, if bots can tell you, give you a thumbs up, that's kind of the only thread we can hang by at this point. So, you know, I'm pro-influencer. I'm proud of them. I'm rooting for them. My algorithm is just never been better. I think instead of saying someone, how are you? It's like, how's your algorithm? Like, how's your algorithm?
Let me look at the first 10 things on your For You page.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, Blake Lively's back on it. What? You're like, what?
I've been getting a lot of Stephen Hawking AI videos.
Me too. Is that because of you?
He's on the vert ramp. He's doing the luge.
Have you seen these?
He's in an MMA fight. He's doing battle bots. It's
I was proudly in the algorithm where he's on Epstein Island.
Oh, okay.
I think that was maybe real.
Yeah.
You know?
That was before AI.
Yeah, he has to date young girls. Only young girls are like, really? Equations? You're so smart. He had a computer with him all the time. Yeah, I can be smart if I only talk through a computer. Ask me anything. I'm Stephen Hawking. Truly ask me anything.
First, tell me the Wi-Fi password, then ask me anything. Larry Ellison bought CBS and Paramount.
Also?
His son. His son is going to inherit half of the media in the world.
Well, are they? I hope they keep re-airing me on Funny You Should Ask Friday nights at 8. What else am I on CBS? Two Broke Girls. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring back.
Can we
the
get
show of two females
a Blu-ray
starting businesses without men being in the A storylines?
Did it ever come out on Blu-ray or just DVD?
Pat, I think, you know what? What you just said is disturbing. And I want you to know that.
There are collectors. They probably want the Blu-ray.
Pat said I was being disturbing this past weekend, and now we're equal. You just asked me about a Blu-ray. And honestly...
You followed it up with get on my level.
No, I didn't. That is so funny. I should have just done a thumbs up. Get on my level. Get off the elephants. Love you.